Hey, what'd you rate the feature today?
I gave it a B.
A B? Why?
It wasn't the best movie I've ever seen.
What is the best movie you've ever seen?
Completely randomly off the top of my head, Castaway.
Never seen it.
Well, it's a pretty good movie. It stars Tom Hanks as Chuck Nolan and Helen Hunt as Katie First.
Isn't that the guy from Groundhog's Day?
No.
Oh. Well, what's it about then?
Well, FedEx executive Chuck is Malaysia bound, but his plane is caught in a storm. The plane crashes and Chuck, being the sole survivor, wipes up on shore of a deserted island. After he fails to retrieve help, Chuck must learn how to survive on the island with the help of his trusted companion and mentor, Wilson.
Oh wow, it sounds like a really cool movie.
Yeah, it got a 7.8 IMDb rating.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and do you want to know something cool?
What?
Fred Smith, owner and founder of FedEx, makes a cameo appearance in this film as himself.
Really?
Yeah, and Tom Hanks, during production, gained extra weight to make himself look more like an average, out-of-shape, middle-aged man.
Huh.
And job application submissions for FedEx went up by 30% after the film's release.
That makes sense.
And did you know they wrote actual lines for Wilson?
Really? Why'd they do that?
Probably because director Robert Zemeckis wanted Tom Hanks to have a more human reaction.
That makes sense.
But he could probably tell you the story better than I can.
In the ordinary world, we meet Chuck Nolan in his hometown of Memphis, Tennessee during the year of 1995. We find out that he works as an executive for the shipping company FedEx. He has just returned home from Russia, coming home to his girlfriend Kelly.
I'm so glad to be home in Memphis, Tennessee with my girlfriend, Kelly. Oh no! I got a pager. I have to go to Malaysia now.
Chuck's call to adventure was when the plane crashes into the sea. He ends up adrift in a raft and ends up on a deserted island stranded alone. He must learn to survive and fend for himself due to this incident for the foreseeable future. This is also Chuck's first refusal of the call, as he chose the pocket watch over the life vest, showing that he does not take the situation very seriously.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Just a little turbulence. We're going down. Quick, put this on.
Chuck's second call was when he arrived on the island.
Hello? 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 Hello?
He refuses this call too when he calls for help to try and be saved, again not realizing he may need to fend for himself. Chuck's final call is finding the body of the pilot and having to bury him.
Oh, good.
Chuck crosses the threshold all alone and doesn't meet his mentor until right after he does. He crosses by opening the FedEx boxes that he has been saving, finally realizing that he will have to fend for himself using the resources that he has. The mentor comes after the crossing of the threshold when Chuck finds Wilson, which will give him the gift of sanity and helps him by giving him advice. His second mentor is himself, and he had to save himself and keep himself alive.
Wilson, you are my best friend.
Chuck had many tests, most of which were against nature, such as trying to fix his tooth that was hurting him, trying to get food for himself, and trying to start a fire. His only ally was Wilson, and his enemy was nature and survival. The approach to the inmost cave was building the raft to get off the island. Chuck's cave was the ocean, and this was his last step in preparing for his run to freedom from the island.
What do you think I should do here? Don't say that. That's stupid. I'm not going up there again. Yeah, well, good. I did a practice test. Okay. Love you too, man.
The ordeal was losing Wilson in the ocean and having to be all alone and sailing trying to find his way back to civilization.
Wilson, no! Wilson, come back! I'm sorry!
Chuck's reward was being found by the ship and getting to go home to his old life, though many things had changed.
Wait! Wait out for me! Boat! Over here!
The road back was the plane ride home to the welcome home ceremony from FedEx.
So how you feeling?
Good. I'm excited to see Kelly again. Stan, tell me she'll be there.
She'll be there. Don't worry. Me and my wife passed on without you there. I had to do it by myself. It was hard.
I'm sorry I wasn't there for you.
That's okay.
Several years ago, the FedEx family has lost many of its brothers, but today one of them has been given back to us, Chuck Nolan.
Hey Chuck,
Where's Kelly?
Kelly doesn't want to see you.
Who are you?
I'm Kelly's husband.
The road back also included Chuck finding out that Kelly had gotten married while he was gone and recommits to the journey of coming home to Kelly and seeing her. Chuck's resurrection is when he went to Kelly's house and they were in the rain together.
Oh, hi, Chuck. Chuck, wait. I still love you. I still love you too. But you have to go home now.
Chuck and Kelly admit they are still in love with each other, but they both know that things are too different now. This is a cleansing of both of their characters and their chance to move on after all the time that has passed. Chuck returns the package he kept, which was the last piece of the island he had. After that, he was finally free of the island and was able to return to his ordinary world with the elixir of self-knowledge and finally being able to move on from his old life to something new.